Good morning, everyone. Well, morning for me, which is very bizarre on this channel. It's usually not morning, but we're joined here today by Medusa and Alpha Coda, and you can see on the screen we're riding down the rails of Londom, and we're going to check out the Mega Store. So, welcome, guys, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us, Jimmy.
Yes, thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, sorry, I need to move my coffee location because it's gonna, make that tapping sound every time. I just found out that the mic that I bought picks up everything, which is, kind of weird. So that's a really nice white horse you got there. I'm gonna drop the YouTube link in the comments if you guys could share that out. That would be great. So just maybe quickly give us a little bit of an introduction. Who are you guys, and what do you do, and how did you find the Uplift World?
All right, I'll start. My name is Medusa. Well, I go by Medusa in Uplift, Discord, and Instagram. And you wanted Jimmy to know what we do in real life or something like that?
No, I just how did you find the Uplift, and yeah, I don't need to know what you do in real life. Sorry, I meant in the game actually, or in the metaverse.
Oh yeah, so it's weird. I'm kind of new to crypto, and then all of a sudden I stumbled into wax. Then I guess what I did was I was just looking on YouTube for wax-based wallets, how it operates. The NFT space and stuff like that, and all of a sudden I can't remember what, but I stumbled upon a bunch of YouTube videos like with Anders and everybody else, and I started watching, and I see your promotion videos about gratitude, win, and that really caught my attention, and I looked more into it, and then I just went all in, and I guess that's the rest is history. Unfortunately, I missed the first Land and Rails sale and the Genesis by a few days. So I had to go buy stuff via the secondary, but I was able to get in on the chicken car sale and stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. And how about you, Alpha Coda? And actually, Medusa, if you could maybe turn your volume up a little bit, we're stretching to hear you.
Okay, and then soon thereafter, once I.
I joined the Uplift by Medusa's invitation. He needed someone to work on his plots and build some farms and probably sell some items. So yeah, it was by his invitation that I found this server. It was pretty new to me because I never actually have heard of a server like the Uplift. So yeah, it's pretty new experience for me.
So you were a Minecrafter before all of this, I'm assuming that.
Yes, I am. I've been playing Minecraft for like a few years. I started playing Minecraft in 1.8, but last year due to the pandemic, I started playing more serious Minecraft. So it's been a year that I've been building on survival and mix farm and building something big stuffs, and well,
that's cool. So yeah, you're more used to the traditional Minecraft. So what do you think about the idea of now being able to have exclusive development rights on certain plots and things like that? How do you find that concept? Is it strange to you that you can't just walk across the tracks and mine things, or do you really like the fact that people? Because I guess this store is an interesting concept, right? We'll dive into that in a minute.
Well, the concept of Uplift in general was pretty weird to me at the beginning, but now that I'm on the server, I think it's pretty natural. Everything is pretty organized, and you can do a lot of things. You can. It's pretty organized. It's I don't know. It's not that weird. Is what I mean. Because at first I was like, okay, I'm really used to build things on server that I actually free to build whatever I want, free to mine whatever I want. But now that I'm playing on the Uplift, I think it's a okay concept. It can work actually.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, right? Because like you can also be free to build whatever you want or mine whatever you want, but other people are also free to destroy whatever they want too, right? So it's kind of like
yeah, definitely.
kind of like that balance. So I'm quite new to the whole world of Minecraft as well. You know, I got involved mostly on the Uplift Art side early on, which is another partner organization of ours, and you know, once I started doing the show with Corey, and then Corey decided to, that's a really cool, that's a really cool view actually. Once I started doing the show with Corey and we started playing around with this idea, then that's kind of when I got myself into Minecraft. But, you know, Corey has this interesting story about early days in the server where, you know, they had built something and some group of people just basically came and like leveled it to the ground, like they bombed it. And I think maybe that's part of the reason why this concept came. But so Medusa, I have a question for you then. So you're in Londom, and I asked you for the coordinates to get here, and your response was, yeah, just like, you know, /spawn and like out the spawn door, and you can see it right there. And I think that's interesting. Like you guys are right in the center, and I'm kind of curious, did this grand plan of yours to start the Mega Store exist before you had this plot, or did you just get lucky with the plot?
Yeah, we just got lucky, and actually when I had on Alpha on board initially, we never had any plans of selling. Our main goal actually was to build farms so we can scale our personal builds quickly, like, you know, build infrastructures, buildings, gaming arenas, and so forth. And as we were playing in the initial stage, we see people in game talking on chat, oh, we need help with this item, with that item. And since we are actually farming for our own personal buildings and structures, we finally thought, why not sell some of the items as well, since we're going to have all the resources we have. So that's how it all started. But yeah, it wasn't really an intention to start a store when we first joined the Uplift, and I was just so lucky that we got a spot at spawn.
So Alpha Coda, then, like, I'm assuming that you built all of this, but is this your design, or like did Medusa, you know, draw out how he wanted it to look, or he just told you the grand concept and you kind of pieced it all together?
Yeah, it's the basic design is mine. I work with another person that is Neo. He helps me with, yeah, and there he is. He helps me with some designs and some ideas too. Sometimes you need someone to talk to, like, oh, this is not working. Maybe we should change. And he has been my partner since last year on Minecraft. And yeah, we usually build together. We obviously we are always showing what we are doing to Medusa. Just ask him what he wanted, if he wanted to change anything. But he pretty much liked what I did. And yeah, I designed this all on my creative world before. And then it's easier to put on survival. So yeah, all the designs I actually do, I always try on creative first.
That's cool. So Medusa, what do you think? Like, I think we're already in the game here with Alpha Coda, and it looks good. So let's just roll with this. But Medusa, do you want to do some gratitudes? We could throw those up on the wall somewhere. I don't know where you wanna put those, Alpha, but yeah, if you have a place, let's chuck up a couple gratitudes, and then we can have maybe a grand tour of the store. So
Yeah,
we do
actually,
apologize for getting started late. We had an issue or
we
two,
got a
but
wall built by you and Corey. I'm not sure who really built that gratitude wall, but
yeah,
you have.
that might be this one. It looks like something that we would have put there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, go ahead, Jimmy, and tell us what you're grateful for.
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, go ahead and tell us what you're grateful for, and I'll have Alpha put it in.
Yeah, sure.
I need a sign.
Oh, you need a sign.
Yeah, just wait a moment. I'm gonna craft one.
Okay.
I have.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm.
Or worst case, Jimmy, we'll write down what you're grateful for, and we can put it in after the live.
No, that's all right. We can do it now. No
Okay.
problem. I need thinking time anyway. So, yeah, I'm grateful for grand visions. Actually, that'll be my gratitude today. From the grand vision of the uplift, all the way down to the grand vision of individual plots and the mega store like this. So, I think that's really cool to see what's happening and transpiring in this little metaverse that we're building. So, and yeah, Zestra said she visited the mega store yesterday, and she thought it was amazing. So, hopefully after this we can take a tour. You can give us a guided tour through the store. I'm okay for a bit. We got started a little bit late, but as long as my daughter keeps napping, then I'm cool to chill here for a bit. So, how about you guys? What are you guys grateful for?
Well, I actually wrote that. If I can write something more, but I am grateful for the Uplift opportunity, because it's an amazing opportunity to be on this kind of a server. It's a big server. I've never been to a server that big, and yeah, there are so many people here, and I am grateful for the Uplift opportunity to be here. There was an opportunity offered by you, the Uplift guys, and Medusa, who invited me to be here. So yeah, that's what I'm grateful for.
Very cool. Yeah, and Medusa, how about you?
Yeah, today I'm grateful for Jimmy D, Kansai Crypto.
Great. That's great. That's really nice.
And thanks for this opportunity, Jimmy. We really appreciate it.
Nah, anytime. So we're kind of heavily entrenched in the 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, just because that's kind of where Corey and I live on opposite sides of the world. It kind of seems to make sense for us the most. But it's nice to like change it up sometimes, and for me to get up in the morning and actually do a stream. It helps my reputation too, because like people can see that I don't always have a cup of sake in front of me. So that's kind of all right. So I do apologize. I have some allergies. But yeah, like if you wouldn't mind, when people get to the mega store, give us a tour. Like, where can they go? Where should they go? What can they expect to see? Because like, it's a bit of a maze in here, but like a maze in a good way. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I can just imagine you guys put a lot of thought into it. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind, walk us through what people can do and why they can come here. And I know you've got some cool things with I believe you've got some villagers and enchanting tables and stuff buried in the back end that people can use, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let it rip.
Well, so first thing, I thought about selling animals. So we made an entire nether part for our striders. And to have another portal, I thought it would be easier to have another portal right by spawn. Since Nether is easier to travel, it's usually not that far on the Nether, so the Nether portal was always an idea for this plot. And I separated the horses from the llamas and the pigs. So yeah, we basically have the animals here, and on the other side we have the mules and the horses, and I have some donkeys here too. If people need to buy an animal, they are basically all here. And this is a place where I usually stock up the orders. I have a few saddles here. Usually when people have a big order, I usually come and bring all the items to this chest, so it's easier. It's separated from the rest of the store.
Okay, so let's walk through that process a little bit, right? So let's say I want a pig, a cow, and a dolphin. I probably can't get the dolphin, but anyway, let's say I want a pig and a cow. I'm gonna come to here. I guess I'm gonna contact you guys. First of all, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna look around. But what's the best way to contact you guys if they want?
Yeah. Basically, I handle all the orders. People reach out to me via Discord or Telegram. My name is Medusa. My handle is Cobra Commander, and I take your order, and you pay in wax for now, and then basically once orders ready for pickup, I let you know, and we meet up here at the shop and exchange items.
Yes, and all animals, I usually deliver the animals with a lead, which makes easier to people bring the animals to the plot. It's easier to get the animals. So yeah. Up here, we have a few more places for horses. I was thinking about putting the best horses up here. And the store can be accessed through the main entrance or this entrance on the rail. It's easier. So people can, actually enter for some places. It's more than an option. And
okay, so if we could just go back, sorry for a sec. There's something. Yeah, I want to address something in the comments here. Morton says that how in Londom did all those things spawn on their plot? So, like, I'm assuming what he means is the animals, and so just keep in mind, right? Like, there's a lot of empty spaces in the map, and part of the game mechanic is to figure out how to get some seeds and get some chickens to follow you and stuff like that, right? And so we're basically just asking people to be respectful and not go and take other people's animals, right? Like, I mean, if you're wandering around and you happen to come across a random chicken and you want to take that chicken, back to your plot, then it's totally okay, as long as it's not, encaged and locked on another person's plot. This is kind of the idea that we're operating under, right? In most of the worlds. So, and I might have missed something here, but yeah, so people come to you with the orders, and then you will take everything and you will put it in that chest outside, and then that's where they can come in, and they can pick it up, right?
Oh no, Jimmy, there's no chest. Only plot owners or whitelisted people have access to the chest, so we have to toss the item to the other player. Pretty much.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that, right?
Yeah.
Like, so they'll meet you here at the plot, and then you'll take the items out of the chest and throw them off to them, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then I guess to answer Matt's question about how did everything spawn on their plot, it didn't. It's all hard work. We have our HQ. If we have time, we might be able to give you guys a glimpse of it. But yeah, we had a headquarters that we farm everything, so all our resources are there, and the shop is just the shop basically for the most part. We don't have a lot of supplies in the shop, so everything's in HQ or scattered around. We have a stable nearby where all our beasts of burden are, so to speak. And yeah, we just go to the plots that we have if we need something for pickup, for delivery, or stuff like that.
It looks like we're stuck on the animals again, so I'm going to go back to this because cruise control says basically log in and make a wall around your plot. Well, I mean, you could do that, but like again, like there's going to be places in the metaverse that things naturally spawn. So like one of the things that I'm actually doing in Chicken Call with my plot is I'm basically ripping every possible thing on the rail out that I can. That I'm like, legally allowed to do, I guess, because you need to have a straight path through at the same level, and you need to have rails that aren't interrupted. So I'm basically working on restoring it to its natural habitat. And when I did that, I dug down under the rail, and I came back the next day, and I had like 2 or 3 turtles down there that had naturally spawned, right? So you are going to get these things for beginners. You are going to get these things that do naturally spawn themselves. Now, I'm just guessing here, but my guess would be that like the animals are probably a really small part of what people come to you guys for. I'm guessing what people come to you guys for is much more difficult to procure in the game, and probably has like a big resource base as opposed to just a chicken or a pig here and there. I could be wrong, but if you guys want to maybe tackle that, like what are the most wanted items or the most valued items do you think that people are looking to you guys to procure?
Well, for now it's always netherite gear.
Yes, netherite gear is it's an item that we are selling a lot. And netherite we cannot farm, so every time someone asks for netherite, we have to go to the nether and mine and dig all around. So yeah, I think it's not the hardest item to get, but it's not farmable, which makes a little harder to get. And well, here on the store, we basically sell almost every item in Minecraft that we can get our hands on. We're not selling like end rods because we don't have access to the end, and we are not selling like sugar boxes or elytras for the same reason. And we are not selling concrete because concrete takes a lot of sand, and sand is not farmable too, so we are not selling that too. So basically every item we can farm, we're selling here. And I organized all the items like a department store. Here's our cafeteria, and we have a redstone shop here. This is our nether store. We do have some items. Some items are easier to get, like this one. Blackstone, we do have a lot of blackstone.
I really like the design of this, actually. Like, it makes a lot of sense now that I see you walking through this, right? So you've got that gold block, and above that is the chest of gold, and I mean that's where people can know that you have gold that they can procure, right?
Yes.
Oh, and we started carrying player heads made by Zestra.
Okay,
so we're watching electronics, TV. We have everything from whatever Zestra has to offer. We're helping her sell some items in London.
Yeah, okay, that's very cool. Yeah, so you're able to stock goods from other people. That it's really cool. It's a cool concept. It's not something that I would have thought of or like am familiar with. I'm more of a just go in and build and have fun type of person. But I guess like a lot of these items do enable people to level up quite good in the game. So are these flowers from Zestra as well?
No, we have our own flower farm.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You have your own flower farm. I'd be interested to see that, actually.
We actually have plans for the flower farm. We have a place to build it, but we were actually dedicating time to some other things. But the flower farm is on the list. it's not a hard farm to build. You just need the right location for it.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, I'm actually, so I'm not that far, so I should probably come down more and check this out. I'm directly north of Spawn. I have a small rail, a small plot in Londom. I've got a few ocean plots too, but I haven't really had time to develop those out yet. I think like it's interesting. So now, the last 3 or 4 days, we've had the shared resources across the survival worlds that have been turned on. Have you guys noticed any influx of people that have been coming, especially in regards to wanting to go in and play in Nemesis?
In Nemesis, I didn't notice, but I did notice a lot of people asking for slimes and blaze rods. We did sell some of those items in the last couple of days. I think there were people from Chikinka that needed the mods.
Yeah.
So yes, I noticed more that than people actually asking for supplies on Nemesis.
Yeah, I think like certain things, because mobs were turned off, were really difficult to procure in Chikinka. So the shared resources kind of opened that up a little bit. So, but yeah, I know. I think I remember Medusa, you making a post maybe shortly after the shop opened that you guys also had some items here at the Mega Store that people were free to come in and use. Do you want to maybe explain the thoughts behind that and what those things are?
Yeah, so basically every day while Alpha or Neo is in game, we try to help at least one person out every day. So for random, sometimes we give someone an enchanted pick. We help a stranger who's stuck at home, or if someone needs a pair of cows. For example, for today, we gave a pair of cows to our neighbor. So we try to do something good at least once a day. Give equipment, help someone out. Spend 5-10 minutes helping someone out, and so forth. So when we built the store, it was the same concept. So we have a few stuff here for free. Like we have a cookie dispenser by the cafeteria. We have a free. There you go. Have a cookie, Jimmy. We have free lapis and an enchanted table by the enchanting area.
Let me see if we. Yeah, the lapis usually. Yeah, no, the lapis usually ran out pretty quickly.
So we have anvils for anyone to use. We have the enchanting table for anyone to use. We have the nether portal for anyone to use, and we're gonna give more free products and services as we go, because this is also new for us. This is our first time, building this mega store, and what we will learn from this, we will move forward and build a better structure in Chikinka, which will be probably the mega mall, which is 3-4 times bigger than this, and we'll have.
No, that's cool. Whereabouts in Chikinka are you guys located?
We have an HQ up north.
What quadrant?
Up north, but we have some plots by Spawn, which I think we're gonna build our next shop presence by Spawn as well, to make it more convenient for everyone.
Yeah, I'm up north as well, so that's nice. People seem to be gravitating up there. I've got it like a little meager plot, but the main one that I'm working on is the rail, which is like out of the mix for now. But you know what I'd actually like to see, because you talked about offering services, and I think just being by Spawn in Londom and having that nether portal right there, because if you guys do this, I would totally join. I would love to see, like, how in certain countries in the world, you'll go to a city and you'll stop there and you'll visit, and they'll take you on kind of like a walking tour or a bike cycling tour around the city center. It'd be really cool, I think, if you guys offered like a nether tour, because I think the Nether, especially for new players, is something that's not that well known. And being you guys have that portal right there and all of your enchanting goods, like I think it'd be really cool to just like take players in game, like through the Nether, and show them what's going on in there. That might be a kind of a cool service that I would definitely support.
Yeah, sure, we can do that. And to make things interesting, Alpha can come back and show them our Striders. We have Striders.
I was going to show him because I have plans to actually make another hub here. I built this stair to get the Striders early today. So yeah, I think it is a very good idea, and I'm thinking about building something cool here close to the Mega Store on the Nether. And yes, we have a few Striders right now, and we could probably give the tour on a Strider. So yeah, they are right here, and you can use the warped fungus. We do have a few fire resistance potions. So even if you fall in lava, you won't die.
Yeah, so just reading up like Morton's comments earlier, right? Like I'm in the exact same boat as you. Like half the time, just I'm so new to this that I don't even know like anything beyond like just building blocks. So it's quite interesting. Like I didn't.
Yeah, the Striders, they walk better on lava, so we could make a lava tour. But
that's
yeah, that's
really cool. I like it, right? Like that's really
it's a very cool idea. I do like it.
So address a couple comments. Random question: will the Uplift utilize any upcoming Minecraft updates, or will it develop from the current version of Minecraft into something completely on its own? So if you noticed, actually, there was a recent update, and you had to, actually, because they auto update in the server, you actually had to roll it back one version, or else the server wouldn't connect. Now, one of the things that we're doing in the Uplift is we're providing people the ability to have exclusive development rights on certain plots of land, and for that reason, there's a whole other plethora of issues that are involved. So I would imagine in the future that we will definitely utilize updates, but it might take us a little bit longer to implement and make sure everything's running smoothly than the actual game itself. And Devin pointed out as well that like right now, you can think of kind of Minecraft as the
base layer.
As the base layer of what we're trying to achieve, right? So what we're actually building here is a metaverse, and it's very potentially possible that this metaverse could be ported over to another platform in the future. But for right now, this is where we prefer to call home, and this kind of seems to be what's working for us. And yeah, like Morton, I agree. Like I'm completely blown away by this. The fact that like they were just riding on a quote unquote animal that I didn't even really knew existed. I didn't even know that was the thing. Is pretty interesting to me. So I think like the rabbit hole of what is happening here is really cool. And so like I would definitely suggest that if you haven't had a lot of experience in Minecraft, maybe just come by and wander around the Mega Store and see what things are possible and what things are available, right? Because as Medusa said, you can go in and you can have a look at the enchanting table and see what's available, right? Like I haven't even begun to play with potions. It's like Nemesis opened up and somebody might have called me out and wanted me to go in there. I wonder who that might have been, Medusa, and have a little bit of a rumble. But it's funny, like I don't even actually have any weaponry because like I've just been so focused on like head down, like learning, how the ins and outs and how to make certain things, and so it's pretty hilarious that exists, right? So.
Hey Jimmy, if you have time, kindly join us because Alpha's gonna show you our horse test track, and if we have time, we're gonna give you a horse, and you can try it out yourself, and then we're gonna get you a set of diamond gear.
Yeah, I'll definitely. I'm just jumping in right now. I'm really close to spawn, I think now. I totally have time. Like I said, I'm free until my daughter decides to wake up. But let me just boot this up here. And actually, while we do that, why don't you explain what the horse track is, and I'll just back in one and a half seconds.
Well, basically the horse track, it's a track to test your horse. Horse can have different speed, up to 15. And this track, you can just, you can just run with your horse, and it will show how fast your horse is. In this case, we are 15. And here we have a few challenges, a few jump challenges to see how high your horse can jump. So this horse, I think he can jump, 3.5, but he cannot jump 4. It's too high. But yeah, if you ever come here, the lights need to be off. So you just press this button and the lights will turn off, and then you run and you have your result. You cannot step on the pressure plate. You need to be out of the track to actually test your horse. And I have a few horses to test.
Nice. Yeah, that's much better living conditions for your horses than mine, actually. Well, I actually have some in gratitude that are pretty happy, but in Chicken Caw, they're basically just penned, tied to.
Yeah, on Chicken Caw, my horses are living on house, so yeah. This horse here is painfully slow. So if you come here to test him.
Have you put have you put other animals on this racetrack yet, or are you planning on doing that?
Well, it's usually for people to test their own horses. I used to test our horses. So if a person wants to have a faster horse, we can actually provide that. But we do have the donkeys that we can test too. They're usually not that fast too. So, yeah, they're not that fast, but you can carry a lot of items. Why? The donkey. Oh yeah, you can test actually you can test any animal you can ride on, even yourself.
Yeah, sorry, this is just taking a really long time to spin out.
Sorry.
No problem at all. I just shut it down earlier when you were showing the stream, because sometimes, depending on what I have open, it becomes really complicated. I can't even make a jump because the rendering is so slow that so I usually just shut it off. But I think I'm here. Yeah, so let me pop on over to spawn.
Let's see. We have a few other horses here to test.
I'm such a vanilla Minecrafter. Now, it took me a really long time to pick an avatar that I liked. And now I like the avatar so much that like I don't want to put like armor on and cover it up because I'm like, I want people to see.
I totally understand that.
Right.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's true, Morton. I do have a million tabs open. It's also because I just seriously need a new computer. But yeah, it's very true. That's weird.
And then Spawn is the ideal place to go mob hunting as well, because there's a lot of mobs. So we built a beacon to protect all our customers and everyone nearby.
Yeah, we applied the strength 2 effect, so people can actually hunt down the mobs more easily.
Yeah, so I guess you guys provide somewhat of a refuge for people as well, right?
Yes, and we do have a color changing beacon. It's a pretty simple redstone. It's just some pistons moving some glass, so it change colors. So yeah, if you ever want to go on the Mega Store, just follow the rainbow beacon.
Okay, that didn't work, so I'm gonna have to do this again. Sorry about that. It's funny because I have a person in real life in my family that that actually trains horses. So they're gonna be like, "Wait, what did you do yesterday?" I'm like, "Oh, I went and I did this like horse race." Like, really? Where did you go? And I'm like, "This like a little metaverse called the Uplift, in Minecraft."
Yeah, it's a block placing game.
Yeah, should be funny because they'll all laugh at me. They already think I'm crazy, right? Like in what universe did even I think a 40-something-year-old man would be doing live video game streaming? Definitely when I was 10 and I was playing video games, I didn't think that this is where my life was going to end up. But I'm pretty glad that it did.
Well, I'm 25, and I didn't think that my life would end up like this too. But I'm pretty glad it did.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, no regrets.
And I guess like that's the thing. Like when you meet someone like probably Medusa, like you have, and you have this shared vision and this ability to jive. I think that's going to be really, really cool.
Yeah, Jimmy, I want to take this opportunity to just share it, because I know I see some people in the chat saying, "Oh, how come we have to sell stuff?" Yes, we are selling stuff, but the main drive for me why I wanted to sell items is for Alpha Neo and for any future team members that I might have. I grew up in the third world, but I'm fortunate to be in the US right now. But Alpha and Neo are both in a third world country. And you know how a dollar goes a long way. So that's my main drive why we built the Mega Store, is to help my team members out. A dollar goes a long way if you're in a third world country, and with the pandemic, everyone's pretty much affected. So for us to sell stuff is enabling my team, Alpha Neo, and everyone else, hopefully, who will join thereafter, that I might be able to at least uplift them, help them out, financially in the real world, give them a better way of life, so they can help provide for their family, have access to, or they can afford better health care and pretty much have a good education for the future.
Right. So, not to detract from any of that, but I think maybe when Corey comes back, we'll get Corey in here and we'll do like a group horse race type of thing. Because my daughter just woke up, and so I have to make sure that she's not, doing anything crazy, because she likes to stand on tables and speakers and things like that. But I do want to comment on what you just said. Are you gonna let me? I know. I do want to comment on what you just said, because I think this is really important, right? Like what you said is very true. With crypto and with blockchain and with gaming, for the first time in history, it allows people in maybe less developed regions of the world to actually make a living doing something that they might not be able to do in real life, right? There's a lot of places out there in the world that aren't as privileged as where we are, and apparently she's really upset about that. Just give me a second here.
Okay. I just wanted to say, if anybody wants to give this horse a forever home, you can pass here and you can just take this horse, because he's just painfully slow for horse. He just needs a good home.
Sorry about that, guys. My daughter just woke up, and she just found out that her mom's not here, so she gets a little bit upset. But I'm gonna have to go. But I do actually want to come back here and do this actual horse race proper at some point in time, because this looks like super cool. So Corey's gonna be back in maybe about a week's time from his vacation, and I actually think I want to try to pull at least one of you or both of you on again, and maybe even like get a group of people come here in the game at that time, and maybe test this out. If you guys are okay with that, I think that would be super fun.
Absolutely, Jimmy. It's a pleasure to have as much people in as possible.
Yeah, and let's test it out. Like we can do the little heats and stuff. I think that would be really fun. But just before we finish up, I think you bring up a really interesting point. About maybe 6 months ago, I know when Lynx had their wallet on the EOSIO chain, there were people that were playing solitaire in Lynx, and they were making like $2 or $3 a day playing solitaire. If you're used to growing up in Europe or the US or Japan, that might not be a lot, but like $1 or $2 a day, depending upon where you are in the world, that's more money than some people make at a real world job, right? And as messed up as that is, it's not always people's fault, right? Like there's governments, there's pandemics, there's other things. So I really think it's important that people understand that there are organizations or people like you out there that a dollar might not be much to you depending upon where you live, but to other people it's the difference between eating that day or not, or potentially even eating that week, right? So yeah, and I think that's, even if that isn't the case, I think part of the appeal to this Uplift World is the fact that we can have this in-game economy, right? And we can have people that are specialists that can come in and create really cool things and give me a strider, because I don't even know how to get it. But I do really have to go, guys. So I'm gonna cut the stream right now, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for joining us.
All right, no problem. Thanks, Jim.